Welcome back to California Country. You know, there are a lot of great reasons to visit San Francisco. The shopping, the views, the museums, but on top of most people's list is the food. And we found a great place to not only eat, but learn about some of the best food in California. Called the People's Marketplace, the Ferry Plaza building serves residents and travelers alike. Shops, large and small, celebrate food in all of its forms, offering everything from artisan cheeses to breads to chocolate. Restaurants and cafes serve cuisine representing the quality and cultural diversity of some of San Francisco's best chefs. And on any given day, you can find crowds of shoppers meandering back and forth between outdoor sidewalk booths and indoor gourmet stalls at this real-life food paradise.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's it? Oh my God.
But it wasn't always foodies that were attracted to this meal mecca, it was travelers. A century ago, the Ferry Building was just that, a ferry terminal for cross-country land and rail passengers. Its 240-foot tall clock tower stood as a welcoming beacon to some 50,000 commuters a day.
So it was really like the main kind of place where people traveled through to get anywhere from San Francisco, whether you're going to the East Coast or whether you were just taking a ferry, you came through this building. And it worked that way pretty much for until the 1940s. At one point, there were more people using this building every day than the San Francisco airport.
That's when the automobile took over, and the newly built Bay and Golden Gate bridges slowly rendered the Ferry Building's public function almost obsolete. The building stood deserted until it was finally dusted off in 2003 and reincarnated as the Ferry Building Marketplace. It quickly became San Francisco's 7-day-a-week cathedral of local gastronomy.
Well, the idea was that it really would not be like a shopping mall, that it would be very much about San Francisco. It's meant to be like the living room for San Francisco, and that it would be about local producers, local food, the food of California. And so the idea really was to create a way for smaller vendors and farmers to actually sell and be able to have a shop or a store in the city, which they usually can't afford. Well, this was the baggage handling area on the ground floor, and the ferries originally came up into this, just adjacent to this space. So the passengers came in, they saw this great skylight. And what we really wanted to do was to make sure that now that we were creating this great public market downstairs, that you'd have this experience of light. And so we cut out the floor here so that you're really connected to this beautiful grand space at this level.
And at the center of this grand place is the food nexus known as the Ferry Plaza Farmers Market. Held every Tuesday and Saturday, it has become a favorite among local residents and world-class chefs, all looking to indulge in a little produce gluttony.
Cilantro, cherries, nectarines, strawberries.
One of those farmers is Michelle Ross, who along with her husband Brandon operates the Ella Bella Farm near Watsonville. Named after their daughter, the farm is relatively small with only 17 acres of organic produce. And with bigger farms in the area, they found themselves unable to compete until they found a home at the Ferry Plaza Farmers Market, where customers prize the people almost as much as the produce.
I get all my vegetables here every week. I come every Saturday and every Tuesday.
And so it's fun when you see those connections being made and when you see the relationships, because it's really fascinating. Every week you see people returning, asking the farmer, well, how's the family doing? Well, what's going on at the farm right now? And that those relationships are really important.
A visitor to San Francisco might once have left the city without his heart, but now no doubt is leaving with a stomach full of Scharfenberger chocolate, golden Ella Bella apricots, and ruby red strawberries, all locally grown and enough to fill any heart to contention. And all thanks to a rare connection between the city and country.
And out of nowhere, this whole, farm scene springs up, and all the people come, and it's just a great interaction because you're interacting with people that you don't, normally meet out on the farm or in Watsonville or whatever. And so you see people from all walks of life coming, and yeah, it's great.
It's very gratifying to come to all the markets and see just the levels of interactions and the range of customers who have connected to the farmers markets.
So in addition to their Tuesday and Saturday markets, they've also added another one on Thursdays. So try and stop by on one of those days if you get the chance.